We all know that DC dominates when it comes to animated films and TV shows, but why is it that most of their live action films besides solo Batflicks are so lackluster? Well, that's simply because we as the audience don't care about the characters we are seeing, and as an effect, the stakes of whatever situation they're in don't matter. Take for example the Justice League movie. On paper, it could have been an 8 out of 10 great movie, but instead it fell hard because we didn't spend enough time with each character. We know their names, powers, or skills, but have no sense of connection with them. Instead, we as the audience are led to focus on an uninteresting threat. Now, some people would say, but how is the world possibly coming to an end boring? For the same reason if I said, little Timmy has to deal with school bullies every day, which led him to a life of crime. It means nothing to you because you don't know little Timmy. Now, if I said Timmy, who lost his father at 8 and was abused by his mother till 13, was bullied every day, which led him to a life of crime, you'd be much more likely to care because now you have a far better reason to invest where this goes next. Stories are driven by the progression of the characters, whether it's the main or sides. It doesn't matter if the progression is towards good or evil, but there must be some form of logical change. For example, Batman in this universe is a killer, which is a bad idea because it misses the point of his character, but it could have been an interesting spin to see the decline of his morality, his higher moral code. But instead, we get this ridiculous set of inconsistencies. He has no problem gunning down crooks with his machine gun on his Batmobile, but then suddenly freaks out after Superman says his mother's name. You could say that this brought up his childhood trauma, but in the same logic, he wouldn't be using machine guns either because of his drama. And what's sad is that this scene could have made perfect sense with just the right setup. Imagine if I rewrote the scene. If us, the watchers, saw Batman over time slowly losing his patience for the criminals he faces and gets more and more vicious with each fight until he has to deal with Superman, a threat much greater than what he normally deals with. And this is when he finally decides that this will be his first life that he ever takes. He tries to convince himself that Superman isn't a god or even a man to rationalize what he's planning to do to him.
You are never a god. You are never even a man.
And then, as he stands over him with that spear, Soup laying on the ground, he hears his mother's name.
You're letting him kill Martha.
The same woman that he watched die right in front of him. And why? Because of desperation. At that moment, he looks at Superman and realizes that he is the criminal in the alleyway, using a weapon because he can't see no other option. His thinking has now aligned with theirs. He sees that he is becoming what he has been fighting against since he put on the cowl, and as a result, throws away the spear, and with that, any murderous intent he has been building against those he fights. He remembers why he has the patience in the first place. Tell me that this rewrite is not better than what we got, and doesn't feel more impactful and true to the character that we see in the comics. Doesn't this draw you in a lot more? This is one of the greatest lessons that inspiring authors, such as myself, to believe it or not, can take away from the DCEU. If you don't have worthwhile characters, then the setting and conflicts that you set up or have don't matter, even if they are amazing concepts. And that's why DC failed at live action, whereas Marvel succeeded. And also guys, I just wanted to say real quick, thank you big time for running up the views and likes on this video. I would have never thought that this would have soared so high. When I first made this video, I just was ranting, and to see it take off so much is honestly so crazy for me, so thank you big time for that. And I also want to say that we have hit 10,000 views on this channel, which is crazy considering where we were just 4 months ago. So again, thanks for all the love and support. Thanks for always commenting and letting me know how you feel about my videos. And as always, I'm Moonlight F, and I'm just looking out for you.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.